Don't be like...
I didn't do that.
But you can't. What is going on, everyone? So welcome back to Project Me, the series where you're following me pre-prep, during prep, post-prep to see what the fuck I'm about to go through. Anyway, so this week I am sick. I got sick like four days ago.
Yeah, what's going on a week?
Yeah, going on a week, and I haven't really been in the gym. I think I was in the gym like 2 days, and that was like Monday and Tuesday of last week, and it is now Tuesday of the following week. I haven't really been in the gym. I haven't really been tracking my food. I've just kind of been laying around and eating, and that's it. You know, this is like a part of life. This shit like this happens, and I know like for a lot of people when they're put in like this situation, it's like an all or nothing thing. I'm still battling with that all or nothing thing. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I haven't really been doing much this week. I feel like I weigh like a gajillion pounds right now because I haven't been moving. Mm-hmm. And then I know like I've been driving Gillis crazy.
Yeah.
With, do you think I'm fat? You think I'm fat? Look at my legs. You think they're fat?
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's like, well, you look like you put on a little bit of weight in your legs. He said that shit to me yesterday. And I was just like, honest. Fucking World War III.
Yeah.
But not really. But it's just one of those things where, you know, I have like very high expectations for myself, or I have a high standard for myself, and I know what I want. And so like when you're told that, you just automatically feel like you're failing. And I guess like yesterday I was kind of having like a big failure day. Like, man, I'm just fucking failing. I'm putting on fat. I'm not supposed to be putting on fat. But you got to take factors into consideration of what's really going on. I'm sick. It's really not smart to train when you're sick. I've just been eating food. When you're sick, you don't really want to fucking track food. You know, you just want like that comfort, and that's that's basically what I've been doing. But before I got sick, on a more positive note here, before I got sick, my blood glucose levels, because I'm still continuing to work on my insulin sensitivity to help me going into a fat loss when I go into prep, it started to come down. Yeah,
I think adding in the berberine supplement was something that helped.
Yes. What is berberine? Tell them what berberine is, in case anybody's interested in that.
Berberine is a supplement that's helpful. It's like a glucose disposal agent is what it's called, or classified under. It can be used as, where it's a supplement that can actually help regulate or bring insulin down, especially if you're someone that's diabetic or borderline diabetic. It can actually help. There's actually some studies that kind of support the differences between berberine and metformin in terms of helping bring insulin down, or at least keeping it in a good spot. So we kind of implemented that, taking about, I think, 1,200 milligrams.
Yeah, 1,200.
So splitting it in half, usually doing about 600 milligrams.
I haven't. I've been taking
it's supposed to be 600 milligrams.
Well, hold on, because what I read is if it upsets your stomach, because I know for some people, like, it gives them an upset stomach if they take a large dose, and it will cause them to shit themselves.
Okay.
And what they were saying is like if that happens, you can split it up. But like I haven't had any of those. Like,
so you've been taking just 1,200 milligrams once a
yeah.
day?
So I've been taking it 1,200 milligrams twice a day, and it's typically after
1,200 milligrams twice, so 2,400.
No, milligrams? Fuck no. 12. I can't think. I'm sick. 1,200 milligrams once a day.
Okay.
And it's typically after my largest carbohydrate meal, which is my post-workout meal. Because typically when I go train, like I'll go train like in the morning time, and I'm not fasted because I have like coffee creamer in me.
Semi-fasted, I would say.
Yeah.
Very little calories have been.
Yeah, but that's when I've been taking it.
Okay. I mean, if it's working, I've clearly the
data shows is working.
Helping, so kind of stay with that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's what I've been doing, and again, like I'm still noticing like trends where like first thing in the morning, my insulin, my fasting blood glucose levels are higher just because of having higher cortisol levels in the morning.
Yeah.
But then what I notice is post-training, like I'll take my berberine, and then I'll wait like another like 4 or 5 hours before I eat again, and then I'll take my blood glucose, and then I'll notice that it's a huge drop. So it's like in the morning upon waking, my fasted blood glucose may be anywhere between like 90 to 100. And I think I only woke up like once where my fasted blood glucose was like a 80. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And, but that was like a one-time occurrence. But we've really been focusing on trying to take that post-workout after 4 or 5 hours after eating.
Yeah, so
and we've seen a drop.
Checking it post-prandial, essentially. Yeah.
Fancy term. But yeah, so my blood glucose has been lower post-workout. So typically it's like not right after I'm done training, because if you take your fasted blood glucose after you're done training, you're going to see a huge spike of insulin just because insulin is higher after you train. But the fact that we're seeing lower levels, like 80s, like low 80s, 4 or 5 hours after training, post-workout meal, taking berberine, we're good. We're doing good.
Yeah. So I think we're planning to do, going into the month of December, is doing a slight shift from higher fats, lower carbohydrate intake at this point to kind of start shifting gears where the ratios are going to change a little bit. Planning to do approximately 10% of her calories from fat, implementing them geared towards carbohydrate intake. So we're going to do a slight shift. Going to be a little bit more conservative with doing that. We don't want to go from 0 to 100 with, all right, now we're high fat and moderate to lower carbohydrate intake, and go super high carbs and shifting fats all the way down. So we're going to do more of a progressive, slower increase in shifts and transitioning.
Because right now my macros, well, granted, I haven't really been tracking the last like 4 or 5 days. But right now my macros are currently at 130 carb, 100 fat, and that's on my training days. Non-training days, it's 100 carb, 100 fat. So it's going to be interesting seeing the transition. And I have to say, like, I know like some of you guys may be watching this, maybe like, damn, that sounds fucking crazy, like 100 fat, 100 carb. But really, when your fats are so high, like you're so satiated. Like I haven't been hungry. I'm able to incorporate fattier types of foods that I can't typically eat if my fats were on the lower end, but carbs were maybe a little bit higher. So I've been going in on some like full fat cheese, some heavy whipping cream in my coffee, MCT oils. The other day from Trader Joe's, I got like these little salmon rolls with like cream cheese up in them. Pretty good. What else have I been eating? Like darker meats, like chicken legs, chicken wings.
Instead of just chicken breast.
Instead of the breast. Fattier cuts of beef.
So I mean, the food has been good.
It's been really good.
Flavor, or at least variety, it's been pretty good.
Yeah. It's a good change up, especially when you're used to eating like, total like bodybuilding style, where like lower fats, like leaner cuts of meats, shit like that. So it's been a good change up, that's for sure.
Yeah. How would you say energy levels have been since you've been on relatively lower carbs and higher fat?
So energy levels have been good, But one thing that I noticed before, like I don't know if it was maybe just the onset of like getting sick or whatever,
Could be.
but what I've noticed is like in the mornings my energy's good, like I'll go train, and then around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm just like wiped the fuck out, and I'm ready to go to bed at like 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
And
well,
you know this.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see with the shift if that changes anything or if you're still just tired.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, being sick and having the onset of being sick around that time frame could have had some kind of impact.
Probably
there
so.
Too. So just not feeling your best.
Yeah.
But
I mean, everything's been good. Like my weight has been stable. I will say that. Well, I don't know what my weight is now, to be honest with you. Like I haven't been weighing myself.
Yeah,
we're taking pictures just
get
because.
Back on track with that. Yeah. And kind of going from where we were prior. So we're not going to try to reset the whole bar in terms since she's been sick for the last 4 to 5 days. So we're going to kind of start back up where we left off.
Yeah.
So.
And like today is like my first official day back to tracking. I will say that. And I'm going to stick with like the higher fats.
Higher fat until Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday being December 1st. And then we'll kind of look at the data and stuff. Not that I'll have like much data because I haven't really been doing shit.
Yeah. But I mean, still today being Tuesday till Sunday, it'll still give us at least 4 days plus what we've had before, just to see how, again, we're going to continue monitoring the blood glucose levels postprandial, continue just kind of monitoring how we feel, and kind of utilizing the days that she hasn't been training in relatively not low calorie, but she just hasn't been tracking. Kind of seeing it almost like as a deload in terms of training to allow for more of a recovery is kind of how we're looking at it in a more positive light of things. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, and I'm just over here trying to get better. So I don't know if I'll be going back to the gym today or not. But I am definitely starting back on tracking again. You know, since I'm feeling a little bit better, even though I probably sound worse than how I feel, but I don't want to like prematurely jump into training because like when I go in, like I go all in, like I'll go like balls to the wall and fucking kill myself.
You have to be careful with that and be smart about it.
And that's what I've been trying to do, because it's like my main focus has been like 2020. Okay, 2020 prep is right around the corner. Like it is November 26th, and there's what? A month or 31
days in December.
31 days in December. How many days in November?
30.
Damn. So that means there's like 36 days left until 2020.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then I'll probably start prep. Well, we're going on a vacation the first of the year. So January like 2nd to like the 10th, I think.
5th to the 13th.
Okay, 5th to the 13th.
Yep.
So that's definitely going to be interesting on, you know, the timeline of like when we're going to officially start prep. And I think from there, once we start officially rolling into it, that's when we'll be jumping more into the like document my day-to-day shit, because right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just kind of giving an update from a week to every 2-week approach of where we're at, and then as we get closer going in, we'll have a game plan for the vacation, just simply because we're going to be in a more secluded area that's not going to have, you know, a gym available, or at least if there is available, that's not going to be our primary priority at that point.
Or it probably wouldn't be easily accessible because we're going to be like staying up in the mountains. Yeah,
we're going to be up in the mountains, so we will get a lot of movement in, hiking. Kind of the plan. And really kind of just seeing that next 8 days that we're going to be out there just as kind of time to de-stress, relax, active recovery through just kind of more outdoors movement, that kind of thing. And then when we get back, we already have the plan in place and kind of allowing ourselves to go into a prep.
Yeah, so shit's getting real. And I think right now my biggest fear is the fear of failure. That's like my biggest fear
for you, but
is failing, because like this last year was just like a big like fall on my fucking face.
And but it's a learning experience too.
It was a huge learning experience, but it's just like I can't fucking fail. You know, like I'm just sick of fucking failing. But we'll talk about that some other time. So I think that's it. Is that it?
Yeah. Keep it short, sweet, and we should be good.
Short, sweet, and whatever. Yeah. All right. Till next time.